Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. Okay guys, it's Tuesday, July 21st, and it is 11:30 p.m. Now, I've already done 2 videos, and they are uploaded. The first one has finished processing and is available. The second one is processing, and I thought I would do a third video. I'm going to keep this kind of short, but I'm going to do this third video on some news items that I didn't get to in the last video. All right, let's go now and pick up. Now, I'm going to pick up from where I left off in the first video. Now, the second video is on something completely different. And we're just going to pick up here and go on with the news items. All right, now this is a couple days old. I've meant to bring it to you and I didn't get to it yesterday. But this is very interesting. It's from The Independent. It says Elon Musk claims his Neuralink chip will allow you to stream music directly to your brain. Gee, what could go wrong? Brain-computer interface could also give people enhanced abilities. No, thank you. I think I'll keep the abilities I have. I don't want anything messing around in my brain. Hey, maybe it's just me. Elon Musk's mysterious Neuralink startup is working on a brain-computer interface that will allow wearers to stream music directly to their brain. The technology entrepreneur has claimed. Mr. Musk, who also heads SpaceX and Tesla, is set to reveal new information about the mysterious startup next month, but has been slowly releasing details over Twitter in the last days. Responding to computer scientist Austin Howard, Mr. Musk confirmed that Neuralink's technology would allow people to listen to music directly from our chips. What else are they streaming into your brain? He also said that Neuralink could help control hormone levels and use them to our advantage, enhanced abilities in reasoning, anxiety, relief. Now, I think I'll just let my body, handle my hormones like we have for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Since its founding in 2016, Neuralink has only held one major public presentation about how the technology will work. Speaking at the 2019 event, Mr. Musk said that the firm was working on a sewing machine-like device that would provide a direct connection between a computer and a chip inserted within the brain. Again, what could go wrong? You don't think that they already have that technology? I think they probably do. The technology there's no editors left in the world. I don't know what, but I think that we'll probably find them all together, vacationing somewhere, having a good laugh at the rest of the world, floundering in poor grammar. The technology would first be used to help people suffering from brain diseases like Parkinson's, but the ultimate aim of Neuralink is to allow humans to compete with advanced artificial intelligence, he said. I think I'm going to be passing on that. The process of having the chip fitted will be similar to laser eye surgery, according to Mr. Musk, except, with LASIK, they don't implant a chip in your brain. So there's a difference there. One part of it will involve a neurosurgical robot, which fits flexible threads into the brain connected to a tiny implantable computer chip. Again, what could possibly go wrong? A research paper detailing the device claims that a single-use USB-C cable will provide full bandwidth data streaming to the brain. Because that's what we've always needed. Neuralink has 11 job postings listed on its website, offering roles for a mechanical engineer, a robotics software engineer, and a histology technician. So there you go, people. If you need a job and you happen to be a robotics software engineer or a histology technician or a mechanical engineer, whatever a histology technician is. Over the weekend, Mr. Musk made a request for people with specific expertise in wearables. If you've solved hard problems with phones, wearables, sealing, signal processing, inductive charging, power management, please consider working at Neuralink, he tweeted. Even if I did have that experience, I certainly wouldn't want to work for Neuralink. Earlier this month, Mr. Musk hinted that Neuralink's chip will be able to cure depression and addiction by retraining the parts of the brain responsible for these afflictions. And yes, that sounds wonderful. It sounds absolutely wonderful. But do you really want a chip in your brain? I mean, I guess there is, like, they put those cochlear implants in people that can't hear, and people have had miraculous, recovery of their hearing with that. So, I mean, but I don't know. Something about putting a chip in my brain that I don't feel comfortable with, because is there some way to turn that chip off if they don't, if you're not thinking the way, does it zap you? If you're thinking wrong against the narrative? I don't know. I'm being silly a little bit, but yeah, I don't think it's a good thing. Trials have already been carried out on animals. I think that's so sad. And human trials were originally scheduled to take place this year, although details are yet to be made public. Well, who's going to volunteer for that? Not me. More information is set to be announced on the 28th of August. Well, gee, can't wait. Actually, yes, I can. All right, and let's go on now. Yeah, this is the Three Gorges Dam is in horrific trouble, really. All three of China's main rivers flooded, with millions living in danger zones. This is today. All three of China's major rivers, the Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers, overflowed due to heavy rains on July 21st, with water levels at most regions going over alert levels. And so the water is over the alert levels. And actually, the Ganges is now 18. This dam is holding back a river which is now only a few feet from breaching, and the city of Wuhan is actually 18 feet below this dam. So actually it will flood that city up to 18 feet. I think that's what they mean. So that's not a good thing. They're talking it would be catastrophic, and there's a lot of people in the way of that. And again, I can't read the rest of this because I don't want to sign up for it. But they do have some very, very good articles here. And it is just increasingly getting worse and worse and worse for them. And there's more rain. So don't think it's going to turn out too well. And I hate it when you see it on Twitter and things, people saying, oh, well, let them all drown. I mean, really, people, come on. That is not the heart of God at all. These people are not responsible for what their government does. And they're trapped just like I am up here in Canada, but it's a lot worse over there than here. All right. Okay. Yeah. And this is the Epic Times too, so we probably can't read all of this. Mudslides destroy hundreds of homes in Chinese villages, many feared dead. So yeah, this is just a continuing problem there. There are mudslides, there are floods there, and you see people walking around, up to their hips, like up to their hips in water. It's not going to be good. This is going to be a huge humanitarian disaster if something's not done quickly. And I don't even know now at this point if they can avert it. And if that dam breaches, it's not going to be pretty. I feel sorry for the people there. And I don't even think probably the government is warning the people significantly enough. All right. And you've heard about this woman accusing Tucker Carlson, right? And I think there's somebody else. Well, I just got to look at her, and she looks mentally ill to me. And I'm going to show you this and see what you guys have to say. But to me, this woman looks absolutely mentally ill. Now, hang on here. I'm going to get this bigger for you tiny phone people. But she doesn't look like she's dealing with a full deck here. So let's Do I have this on? Yes, okay.
I take responsibility for, I'm not sure why they're taking responsibility, but I'm taking it.
Yeah. What's your impression of that? My impression is that she's a troubled young lady. Now, this person wasn't as nice. She said, oh, she's crazy. I get it now. Tucker Carlson, we have your back. Well, I do think that there's something up with her. She does not look like she's dealing with a well mind. So that's my opinion. Anyway, you guys can weigh in below. And let's come back here and okay. I don't know. This is the Washington Examiner, and it's saying that Trump touts face mask use as patriotic. Did he really? I'd like to know when he said that and how he framed it, because I'm finding that a little bit hard to reconcile with what I know about Trump. Trump touts face mask usage as patriotic while country battles coronavirus surge. This is from yesterday. President Trump tweeted a photo of himself wearing a mask and appealed to patriotism as the United States grapples with the surging coronavirus pandemic. Trump, who was not seen publicly wearing a face covering until months after the health crisis began, posted the black and white picture of himself wearing a dark mask that featured the presidential seal on Monday. I did see that. We are united in our effort to defeat the invisible China virus, and many people say that it is patriotic to wear a face mask when you can't socially distance. There is nobody more patriotic than me, your favorite president, he wrote. So I guess he did say that it's patriotic. That's how I would interpret that. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Trump was photographed wearing a face mask in public for the first time earlier this month during a visit to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Some lawmakers and health officials have criticized the president for not being enthusiastic enough about promoting the use of face coverings. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Robert Redfield said last week that Trump and Vice President Mike Pence should be wearing masks to set the example for others in the country. Confirmed U.S. cases of COVID-19 have soared beyond 3.8 million, and more than 140,000 people have died since the health crisis began. Well, have they, or are those inflated numbers? I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to get to the truth, to the bottom and the truth about all of this coronavirus stuff, because there's so much conflicting information. It's like you hear one thing and then you hear the exact opposite the next day, and it leaves people feeling just baffled. They go back and forth, and well, I know I have, and I usually don't vacillate, but I'm like, okay, it's a complete hoax. No, it's not a hoax. There's a virus, but it's not as deadly as they think. Or, well, now we all have to wear masks again. I see it. Just, there's a lot of, diametrically opposed things being said. Say one thing and then the next thing is diametrically opposed to the first. And it's been that way the whole way through this. Very confusing for people and very taxing on people's nerves. All right, and let's look at this. This is John Here to Help. And I've looked at some of his other stuff before, and I do think that I have a favorable impression of him, or have anyway. And so let's take a look at this thread. He said, I'm hearing some disturbing things now. The Dems, deep state, intend to take the election. They know they can't win. They know the vast public opinion is against them, so they intend to just take it, claim they won. They do not have access like they did when Obama was in power. Their control over the fraudulent voting mechanisms, satellites, rigged voting machines, mail-in voting, etc., is much less than in 2016, 2018. President Trump is doing a great job at cutting off their schemes. Yes, that is one thing. Yes, he is absolutely doing a fantastic job at that. So they intend to just take the election on election day and night if the comrades in the mainstream media are going to report that they won. They are just going to flat out report incorrect numbers to solidify in everyone's mind that the Dems won. Now, we know the mainstream media. Are they above that? Of course not. They've done things far worse than that. So it wouldn't surprise me at all that they announced that Biden won, or whoever happens to be the Democratic nominee. I mean, it's Biden right now, but I don't see, I mean, really, he's kind of like a little ventriloquist. Like somebody's hand is up his hinder parts and making him talk, but it's not him. He's not well. And I think it's very sad, actually. Anyway, they will use every means of illegal voting scams to back this up. They intend to intimidate and destroy Republican votes anywhere they possibly can. They want to rush their newly elected people into office with very fast local swearing-in ceremonies, just like Obama's BS. Office of the president-elect stunt. They will officially not acknowledge any results that doesn't benefit them and challenge anything else they can. And they will soon and encourage rioting as a means to enforce their newly elected officials. They also intend to declare the presidential election for themselves, with the mainstream media backing it up on every channel 24/7, and they will lead a massive march, protest, riot. Now, I've heard that. To the White House to remove President Trump if he, okay, they're going to lead a massive march, protest, riot to the White House to remove President Trump. If he would not be removed, they intend to have their president address the nation from Congress, and their president will run the country from Congress. The mainstream media will not allow President Trump any airtime and will block everything possible from being communicated from the rightful president. This is bad. The riots, the taking over of police stations, shutting down and sealing off federal buildings. This is their practice run for what happens the day after the election. The riots have quieted down right now, but this is by design. Untold millions are flowing into these groups, and they are stockpiling right now. Round two is coming much bigger, more violent, more focused, and able to hold out for months. They are being directed and supported by hostile foreign governments and leftover deep state players within our own government. They do not care if the economy is crashed. If people are out of work, they welcome the violence. They want the violence. That is part of their plan. If there is a great deal of violence, their new president or ask foreign governors to help establish order. I have also heard that they will not declare a vice presidential running mate for Biden, at least not officially, because if things go their way and they have him as their phony president, Nancy Pelosi will be announced after the election as the vice president. Oh my gosh, if that ever happened. Oh, I don't know. She's crazy. They cannot win. They do not care about any of us or the country. They have shown that how they welcomed, promote, and celebrate violence against us. They know that prosecutions are about to start, and after another 4 years of President Trump's success, they will be in prison and their party destroyed forever. They are fighting for their survival, and the law does not apply to them. I've gotten this from several sources now. Supplies online, MRE, survival food are being bought out so they can last for months. It is extremely well financed, well planned, and directed by hostile foreign and internal actors. What we hoped and prayed mightily would never happen could be just a few weeks away. Defend yourself and your loved ones. Support the president and those that support him and our country. Protect and document your vote. Be as prepared as possible for a couple weeks surrounding the election. Hold your oath in mind. Keep the Lord within your heart. Pray with all of us that their plans fail. Okay, some questions have popped up. The deep state controls about half the court system in this country. They have comprised a large portion of other judges. Compromised, rather, a large portion of other judges. They control the media, the internet, and most means of modern communication. They can shut it down if they want. They want COVID-19 riots, whatever the case may be. They want everyone locked down at home until after they attempt to take the government. That's why they refuse to open schools. There are numerous deep state supporters within the military intel community who will help them take over, issue contradicting orders and statements, all designed to delay and confuse until their plans take effect. Now, and I know what you're saying. I know you're saying, oh, but President Trump said the elections are safe. Well, I have no reason to disagree with him, with Trump saying that. I don't know, but I know John here to help is an insider. He is an insider. So, and also there was a man who had a dream about this very thing. And his dream was a while before any of this happened, or any of, so he had a dream about that very thing, that there would be rioting and violence and everything the day after the election. So I don't know, but anyway, let me finish this. It is already racist and illegal to defend ourselves. It will only get worse closer to the election and immediately afterward if they attempt any of this. They want us quiet, cut off from communications, afraid to act, locked in our homes and weakened until they say it's safe to come out into their brave new world that they control 100% of everything. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I really hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me that they have a plan to do just that. Wouldn't surprise me, but we just have to hope and pray that Donald Trump is 10 steps ahead, as he usually is, and is able to cut them off at the pass. I don't know. We don't know what will happen. But I just thought I would read that to you and get your opinion. Now, Donald Trump said the elections are safe. Now, but, okay, they're safe, and say Donald Trump gets in, but what if they don't accept that? And what if the media is saying, okay, well, he didn't win, Joe Biden won. And you notice the other night when this kind of struck me now that I'm reading through that, and I'm thinking about Pelosi when she was talking about, well, I'm third in line to be president. And she just smiled, this kind of weird smile, like she knew something. And of course, right now she is third in line to be president, but Donald Trump would have to be taken out, and Mike Pence. So I'm not afraid of that happening. However, if Biden chose her as vice president, that wouldn't be good, because we know Biden is not of sound mind. So there's a chance that Pelosi could be president. She's not of sound mind either. So there you go. I just remembered something too. The last video I just uploaded, I meant to leave 2 links pinned to the comment, and I forgot to do that. So as soon as I finish up here, I'm going to go back there and do that. So sorry about that. I just realized now I forgot. All right. Let's get rid of her. Not literally. Okay. And let's come back here. Oh, yes. This is bizarre. Bizarre. Have you ever wanted to smell like space? Well, now you can. Really. If you've ever wondered what space smells like, then this new perfume might just provide the answer. It's being created as a part of Kickstarter project with the help of an ex-NASA scientist. The fragrance is called Eau de Space. According to CNN, product manager Matt Richman revealed it has been developed by chemist Steve Pierce, who previously worked for NASA. The fragrance is called, I guess it's Eau de Space. According to CNN, project manager Matt Richman revealed it has been developed by chemist Steve Pierce, who previously worked for NASA. Pierce was contacted by NASA in 2008 to work on a space smell project that could help with the training of future astronauts. He relied on notes from astronauts that had been in space and reported that the ozone smells bitter, smoky, and even like fried steak, rum, and raspberries. Astronauts have, gee, that's what I want to smell like. Fried steak, rum, and raspberries. Yeah. Astronauts have reported experiencing a peculiar space smell when they removed their helmets after a spacewalk. Space smell. Who knew? A lot of them reported a meaty metallic smell. That's what I want to smell like. Meat and metal. Oh my. The smell of rum and raspberries has previously been connected to the chemical compound ethyl formate, which was found in a vast dust cloud at the center of our galaxy. It's the same chemical responsible for the flavor of raspberries, and it smells a bit like rum. Well, there you go. Raspberries and rum and metal and fried steak. The Kickstarter states, decades ago, NASA contracted specialists to develop the smell of space to help train astronauts before launch into orbit. You need to train your nose? NASA's goal of simulating space during training is to eliminate any surprises astronauts might experience in outer space. Practice makes perfect, and it's rocket science. The smell of space has been locked behind need to know astronaut-only field training and red tape for years. Though sheer determination, grit, and a lot of luck, and a couple of Freedom of Information Act requests, we got it out. The initial goal for the project was to raise $1,965. It's since smashing that record with $241,842 worth of donations and 5,822 backers at the time of writing. Backers are asked to pledge $29 to receive a 4-ounce bottle and donate another to a school STEM project. Well, there you go. If you want to smell like space, now you can. Now's your chance. I mean, if you're one of those people that just grew up dreaming of someday smelling like space, well, congratulations, the time is here. So there you go. You know, you might need that information. I had to include it. I don't know why you would need it, but you might. All right. Oh, yes. Now, I meant to get to this sooner than now, but state transcripts, Joe Biden quoted N-word 13 times in 1985 hearing. And yet he's still given a pass. Do you imagine if that was Donald Trump or anyone associated with him, what they would do? I mean, they fired Roseanne for making a joke. She didn't even know that Valerie Jarrett was black. I didn't either. Thought she was Iranian. It was a surprise to me. But yeah, so her whole career was ruined because of that. But here's Joe Biden. He says the N-word. Oh, I almost said it. I never want to say that word. He said the N-word 13 times in 1985 hearings. You tell me he's not a racist? Yeah, now that's a real racist. So I'm not going to go through that and read that because do we really need... It says, hey, white people, stop saying the N-word unless you are directly quoting someone. Do not say that word ever. Brianna Joy Gray's attempted defense of Bernie Sanders' use of that word is such an embarrassment. What is even happening? Well, I happen to agree with that. I don't think a white person should ever use that word. I know that people have said, well, they call each other that. Okay, fine. But don't say it. It's a nasty word. My gosh, if I had ever said that word, I would have probably been beaten within an inch of my life by my parents and had my mouth washed out with soap. That happened to me a few times. But let me tell you, that would not have ever been tolerated in our home. Because, I don't know, we were just raised far differently than that. Okay, well, let's go back and see what else we can get into. Yeah, this, I don't know if you saw this, but I kind of liked this. I meant to get to it yesterday, but I didn't. Okay, the Hamptons restaurant where Epstein and Weinstein were regular burns the table to be free of the sleaze. Now, this was from the 20th, but I thought that this was priceless. This restaurant actually burned the table that they used to sit at. So I guess he wanted to be free of the sleaze, and hey, I'm all for that. A popular Southampton, New York restaurant has cleansed itself from 2 scandalous celebrity clients it had formerly hosted in an elaborate torch session held Saturday at the 75th Main Restaurant and Lounge. Waitstaff and patrons joined owner Zach Erdem, who destroyed a VIP table that was once reserved for the now disgraced millionaire financier Jeffrey Epstein and film producer Harvey Weinstein, both of whom have been charged and convicted of sex crimes. So good for him. And I think that that's kind of cool that he made a spectacle out of it and invited patrons to join in. I think that's awesome. I don't have a problem with that. Do you? I bet you don't. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop there for the night. I have one more thing, I think, here. Well, who knows what I have down here. No, I think that's it. except for this, arson is suspected in the burning of that cathedral in Western France, the cathedral that went up in smoke. Well, they've now considered that arson, which is not surprising at all. A lot of the churches in France have been burned. Sad. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to go, I'm going to get this uploaded, and I'm going to go over there and put the 2 links that I had promised you in the last video. So, all right, guys, well, you guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay well, stay blessed, and I just slurred my words there. I don't know what's happening to me. I think it's too much Diet Coke. It'll do that, you know. It'll make you slur your words. And no, I haven't been drinking. So there. Yes, stay blessed and keep seeking truth, because deception will bite you on your hinder parts. Good night, guys.